Hello. Sorry I'm late tonight. I know on Tuesdays it's just really hard for me to get it done during the middle of the day. We leave in the morning and early, and then we're gone until almost 9 o'clock. And we had some stuff to do when we got home, and I'm just now able to do this. So tonight, which kind of fits in maybe with doing it at nighttime, I on a training, I think it was yesterday or the day before, Ray Higdon did a training on tips that he heard from a sheriff's office at a charity event that he was doing on how to keep your kids safe from online predators. And so I thought I would just share those tips with you. The first one was the common thing among all cases is, well, I mean, they have access to the internet. So it was specifically about the sex trafficking. So someone who had been abducted. And so he was saying in most cases it's because the kids have access to the internet. So using parenting apps on all their devices to track and check their activity. So that was the first tip. The second tip was no overnight electronics or access to them in their room, or access to the internet in the room. And part of that is because they said that the person might instruct the child how to go back in and hide their content and make sure that no one could see what they were doing. So that nighttime, then you might not know that anything happened in the night. So that's, I mean, of course, there's other reasons for them not to have electronics overnight as well, but that was a really good one because they could instruct them. I didn't even think about that, about them instructing them how to do that. The third one was to keep an eye on video games, because a lot of the video games have chats, and so there's no record of any of those conversations. And so a lot of the predators are looking for kids in those places as well. The next one was to just get your kids used to you checking their devices. And that's something when my kids first got any devices, that was part of the rules. I mean, when any of them got a phone, that is part of the deal. You know, if you have a password on your phone, I have to have the password. If you change it, I need to know what the password is. And that I can take their phone at any time and check it. And so that just puts some, because older kids aren't going to like it, especially if you've never been doing that before. So it's just, it's a good thing to start in the beginning if you can. The next one, oh, well, that was what it was. The older kids aren't going to like it. They'll think it's an invasion of privacy, but it's better to have the talk than to be, to regret it later. And the last thing was that we don't want to make them scared, but we want to make them aware of what is out there and what to look for so that they can know that. And I remember there are times that one of my kids was playing one of those games that had these conversations. They could talk with somebody else. And it just, having the conversation about, you don't tell them where you are. You don't tell them any of the, any personal information, that kind of thing. So that were my tips that I had for you. He talked about that there were different parenting apps. And so if you would like to know what parenting apps are out there to keep track on your kids' stuff, then shoot me a message and I will see you again tomorrow.